Over a generation ago, during a CAI week, I had the chance to meet a unique individual. We were at Nick's, a pub just off the Indiana University campus where deals are put together outside of CAI classrooms. Beer helps. I discovered their diverse auction knowledge and experiences. I also found them to be humble, willing to help if you call, and so nice that I just smile whenever I think about them. You get there by growing up in a loving home with simple roots where everyone in the family worked their tails off. Any farmer knows this. Cows, chickens, goats, hay, corn, and John Deere. In their youth, they loved to watch cowboy shows, but figuring out how someone could fire a six-shooter 12 times without reloading was a challenge. Fortunately, they matured, sort of. One of the joys of being in leadership is traveling to speak to various associations. Sometimes you're invited into a local auctioneer's home. You have the chance to see their heart and soul. I remember the kids running around, and I even had time to play with them. The visit left me with very precious memories. Our inductee fell in love with auctions as a child, became a real estate broker, and graduated from Worldwide. Their business was and still is a traditional family operation. Saturday was auction day. Mom and Dad wanted to teach many life lessons to the children. These personal character-building accomplishments included real-world problem solving, relating to all sorts of people, spending days outside in foul weather, moving stuff, unloading houses and barns, tagging lots, cleaning equipment, loading and driving the trucks, parking cars, clerking, cashiering, running slips, building box lots, picking up the garbage, playing with livestock, spotting and bid calling. Of course, the most important things of all were taking naps in the topper and eating as much food as possible from the lunch wagon. Paying attention to child labor laws wasn't on the list. What did the kids think? They thought it was just a way to eliminate watching Saturday morning cartoons. These children are adults now and my peers. That is so awesome. And while many will choose a different career path than their folks, special is when 4 of them call bids and the 5th does everything else except for standing on the block. There are 10 grandchildren and another due next month. I've got the Sherm disease right now. 2 of them have their angel wings and are playing together every day in heaven. He says he met his wife at a concert. She says it was a bar with a band the day her sister turned 21. The job title on the card he gave her said, construction loader operator. For some unknown reason, she gave him her phone number. Then she said, don't call for a few weeks, I'm busy. He listened and he waited. On one of their first dates, they hit tennis balls off the side of a building. He had splurged and bought a few new cans to impress her. Rather than get upset after one of the volleys landed on the roof, he did the same so she didn't feel bad. What a guy. They've now been married almost 46 years and live in the family homestead where he grew up. And talk about loyalty to NAA. This is the 40th conference in a row they've attended. I'm going to digress. The spotlight is right in my eyes. If he hasn't figured it out by now, there is joy in Mudville, and Casey has won the game. And talk about loyalty to NAA, this is the 40th conference in a row they've attended. Back in the day, a core group of accomplished NAA musicians would jam in the hotel lobby at conventions. He was the one that played the piano and the accordion. Some people collect coins. He collects trailers. One of his favorite lines is, trailers are like friends. You can never have too many. His idea of the greatest calendar ever would be one that has a photo of a different sexy-looking trailer for each month. When he invited me to speak to his state association, he didn't tell me it was for their spring meetings on opposite sides of the state. I was sandbagged, and he giggles every time he reminds me of what he did over 30 years ago. You get from one place to the other on a 5+ hour drive, laughing the entire way across God's country. The third guy in the car was Mike Schultz, uncle of our new VP. We are one big, happy NAA family. And we didn't stop to go to the bathroom. That would never happen today. He bought his dream vehicle, a Suburban, to haul everyone around. His eldest son used it on the day he was graduating from high school or to take his friends to the prom. I get the stories mixed up sometimes. But this tells you how the children were raised. That son is a former EI trustee who is a podcast maven. His little girl is an accomplished auctioneer and a CPA. She has won the Bob Steffes Award at IAC, and she currently serves on our audit committee. His wife was chair of the Legacy Youth Scholarship Committee this past year. So when you saw him sitting next to her at the head table last July, he was her eye candy. Multiple generations of family giving to NAA. I can't tell every story, but ask him later about sharing mushrooms off a steak with his wife, managing a Dairy Queen with 16-year-old employees, family camping trips, river rafting in Colorado, or trying to herd the grazing sheep that escaped from behind a solar panel array fence. He was driving a golf cart, and there are no pictures of this absurdity. His kindergarten prowess was reciting the alphabet forwards and backwards. He can take a nap anywhere and will tell you he doesn't snore because he's dreaming he's a tractor. He was one of the 100 when there were auctioneer playing cards. He's been an IAC judge. He looks so good in a Santa suit. Years ago, he was on a Legends panel because he belonged there. He's been the executive vice president of the Minnesota Association for countless years. He's their glue and anchor. His selfless service to the community is unmatched, and he's personally recruited countless new members for NAA. His weekly radio show on WVAL 800 Country is called the Easy Lovin' Hour, with no cheatin' songs. To quote Barbara Mandrell, I was country when country wasn't cool. That's him. He started doing online auctions during COVID. He could watch the bids come in while lounging around in pajamas eating popcorn. When his church was closed, christenings were held in his barn. It's a very, very nice barn. A true unsung hero, known for his kindness and generosity, is being recognized for everything he's done for our industry. The name of the band playing where he met Peg was Everyday People. He is Everyday People, and you cannot do anything except love him and love his family. He cares and is simply the best. I've waited 30 years to figure out how to sandbag this guy back. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, I can't hardly stand it.
Yeah, well, you're okay, kid. I'll get you. Where is this from? I'm so proud. You have no idea. Thank you. Where are you? Okay. I got to read this.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. Presented to Frank Imholte, CAI, AARE, CES, St. Cloud, Minnesota, in recognition and appreciation of his outstanding contribution to the profession of auctioneering and the National Auctioneers Association as the 2023 Hall of Fame Award recipient. You hold it.
Wow. I can't get over that. Barbara, you were absolutely right. I never, ever expected to be honored in such a great way, and I thank you. I thank you, everyone. And I can't believe all these people made it to Oklahoma. I didn't think I'd get here. You know, every year we have the opportunity to come here and be with our family. And this is my family as well, right behind here, and we're very blessed. And when he started reading about having two angels in heaven, that was Katie's twins, and that was a number of years back. They'd probably be about, what, 5 or 6 right now? But we were so very honored to be able to have them blessed before they went to be with the Lord, and that was, and they were baptized, and that was a great thing in our family, even though it was very, very sad. I just can't believe I'm up here talking to all of you. My buddy Billy Long sitting right in the front row, he come over and said hello to me, and it's like, wow, I haven't seen you in years. I appreciate you being here, Billy. That's very kind. The Schultz family, forever they've been part of our life. And all of the people that Rob and Sue Doyle were at our first conference in 1984. They came to Minnesota. Peg and I went to that. That was our first one, and it was amazing. It was such a blessing to meet all of you, and so very, very kind, and I really do appreciate it. I just can't believe all these people came all this direction. My sister Joelle, there were 5 of us. Joelle and Paul and I are the only ones that have survived this wild Minnesota winters, but and I appreciate it. Paul and Karen are here. Michael, this is actually the first registered conference. He helped out a couple of years ago, but he came, and now his fiancée Faith is with us, and that's pretty awesome. Katie, of course, everyone knows Katie because she gets around to all the tables. But Katie and her husband Eric, Eli, and where's my little special? Oh, there she is. How you doing? Yeah, come here, bud. This is Eli. Can you do some auctioneering for him? He drives the tool cat with Grandpa, don't you? Yeah. Estelle is Grandma's sunshine. She's here. Of course, my lovely bride, I don't want to leave her till the last. She's kind of the one that I talked to Rich the other yesterday and today, and I said I got to check with the managing partner. She's the only reason that I'm any place in life. I got to tell you that. Next to her is Jen and the kids. That's for you, Peg. Jen and the kids. We got Kate and John and Marshall and Benjamin. You made it. How'd you get down here? Benjamin, and come on over here, Olivia. I call her Oli, but this is my sweetheart right here. She always is helping Grandpa, aren't you? Yeah. You too, huh? And my son Joe.
Favorite son.
Yep, the favorite one. Yeah. He just has to remind me every once in a while. My oldest son, Andy, his wife, Jessica, Mitchell, and Victoria. What an awesome deal. And my good friend Roger is here with my sister Joelle. Roger, I didn't want to miss out on you. You're over on that end. But thank you all. I want to keep this short. You know who my favorite person sitting here tonight is? Hannes was with us. And Hannes, thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. All right, you ready to go? Okay, we'll see you guys. Thank you.